So, Dylan here, and, oh man, PE actually started like a month and a half ago. I might not remember much of it, but I think this episode is just the basics of what the crap we do in this class and whatnot. I'm not actually going to mention anyone's names, but I made a little code name sheet, and that's what I'm going to call them by. So, yeah. What we did on the very first day was we just got in there, and I don't really like wearing tennis shoes, so I put sandals on, you know, and yeah, I put some sandals on, and no, actually I put tennis shoes on because I thought we were gonna dress out, but we never did. We just kind of got all the rules and basics and all that crap. And the PE teacher is named Miss Watson. She's awesome. Okay, she kind of seemed strict on the first day when she gave us all those little procedure sheets and whatnot, but she is awesome. And, yeah. Of course, I don't have a code name, because I'm just going to call myself by my real name. Anyway, what am I trying to say now? First day, we went in the locker room, and it looked like a piece of so, yeah. Yeah, it didn't look that well, but it's been 7 weeks actually of PE now, so I can pretty much deal with it. But I always change in the bathroom stall in there because I'm just not comfortable with taking off my shorts and my shirt in front of other people. So yeah, we do have to change out, and she and Miss Watson, one of the SROs, were encouraging us to get locks for our lockers, and like, by the time the third or fourth week rolled around, I finally got one, but none of my crap ever got stolen, but because I have so much stuff with me and the lockers are like 1/3 length, I have to fit them into two lockers. One for my backpack and one for my gym bag along with my school ID, because we have to wear IDs at school, and my lunchbox if I'm packing lunch that day, so yeah. And I share my locker with a locker with my gym bag in it with, I share it with Debater, which is his code name, and I've known Debater since about 7th grade, and I'm in 9th grade, so, yeah, But yeah, there wasn't much to the locker room, and I think it was that attractive, and all that stuff. But still, though, it could have been way better. And people leave their shorts and crap everywhere. I mean, it already looks like so you're going to make it look more like and all that. Well, we have like 11 athletes in our class. Well, one of them, whose code name is Heavy, because he's kind of heavy as far as his weight goes, but you can't really see that much. I still don't know whether to consider him an athlete or not, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. Oh, and the reason why I'm giving people code names is I don't want like their real names out on the internet or anything, even if I didn't see the last name. So, they're pretty stupid code names or whatever. So yeah, Heavies, I don't really know whether to consider him an athlete, but the other 10 are one of my friends who I gave a code name Athlete. What do you know? An athlete's named Athlete. Athlete, Flirty, Short, Stretch, Absent, BB Player, Heavy, Red Girl, Hugger, Glasses, and Bestie are the athletes. Hope you can remember those names. Okay. And I named him Bestie because he's pretty much the bestie now. BB Player. BB stands for basketball. He's a basketball player, so his skill really comes in handy. And there's a trio of girls that kind of seem to be together, well, not all the time, but they're really close friends, so I just call them Trio Girl 1, Trio Girl 2, and Trio Girl 3. There's a girl named Abby who, I actually stole this nickname from Flirty, but I'm just going to call her Abs. And then, two of the girls, I don't know what to call them, so I'm just calling them number 2 and number 8. And there's actually there's twice as many girls in this class as there are guys. There's 12 guys and 24 girls, making a total of 36 kids. Yeah, a lot to keep up with. Okay. So yeah, that's really all we did with the first day, and then we just kind of, well, did nothing, really. I think we just sat down and did whatever. But I need to go ahead and introduce all the characters I haven't yet. So, sorry, it's sideways. I don't want to show their real names. Okay, Dylan is obviously me. T is actually the guy's last name. So yeah. Debater. Debater is like I already mentioned him. I already mentioned athlete and flirty. Highlight. Well, what we do at the beginning of each day is we get into exercise lines. A line containing 6 kids, so there's a total of 6 lines. 6 kids each makes 36, because there's 36 of us. And the leader, the little captains or whatever of the lines, they're not really captains, but they just kind of lead the stretches and whatnot. Because we do stretches, and then we do dynamic warm-ups. So the captains are the ones leading the stretches, and they're the first ones to do a dynamic warm-up. But the way Miss Watson chose them, 5 of them are girls, and 1 of them is a guy. The way Miss Watson chose them is because if they're like athletes for like the sports teams at our school and whatnot. So highlight is the captain of my exercise line, and we're sorted by alphabetical order and last name. So that's how we got where we are, and I'm the last one on my line. Blonde, she actually is a blonde. I have known her since 3rd grade. Beer, that's actually her last name if you add an S to it, so that's why I gave her that. Battery, I have no idea where I got that from. Stretch, absent. I called the guy absent because he's seems to be absent quite a lot lately. Red girl, I gave her that because she's a redhead. Hugger, I gave her that because she likes to hug people. Like at the end of 7th grade, she even gave me a hug, and I'm like, well, why not? Senior girl. Believe it or not, at my school, if you fail freshman PE, you have to take again as a senior. And there is one girl in my class who is a senior, and that's why I'm giving her the code name Senior Girl. Peppy, because she's kind of full of pep, and she's a pretty cool girl. Peppy's a pretty cool girl. Abs, already explained that. Heavier, it's kind of, again, the weight subject. I'm just calling her heavier. Quitter. Well, this is actually a girl who kind of left after the 5th week for whatever reason. I don't know why. I think Peppy said because her parents didn't want her there, or she got expelled or something. And number 2 and number 8 are these other 2 girls. And there's 8 other girls I can't remember the names to. What do you know? Can't even remember who they are or what they look like. Or I don't know. I remember one of them right now, actually. But, yeah, I can't remember any of that crap real well. So, episode 1's still not over. Just stay tuned there, and I've pretty much explained everybody, because, okay, remember, the athletes are Athlete, who's actually one of my friends, Athlete, Flirty, who's a very interesting guy, if you've known him since 6th grade like I have, Stretch, Short, he's kind of on the short side, but he's still a good athlete. Stretch is very tall, like, I don't know, 5'11". Absent, I told you that, he's always absent. BB player is a basketball player. Heavy is the guy I can't consider an athlete or not. Red girl's a redhead. Hugger likes to hug. Glasses, this guy, I'm going to go ahead and tell you what everyone calls him, which is TC. And I don't know what that stands for, so maybe I'll just call him TC instead of glasses. And Bestie is kind of the best. And those are really all the athletes. And that's all we did the first day. You know, we've already done 7 weeks of PE. So we got 2 more weeks left before we go into freshman health, which is part of this course, and it's also required. So if you want to watch videos of me talking about random stuff, go ahead. But yeah, that locker room sucks. I wonder if the girls' locker room is any better as far as it looks. But yeah, you got like 2 little stone bench thingies that go out as long as the room goes, and you got a bunch of 3rd length lockers, and then you have showers, believe it or not. Now, I looked in the procedure sheet, it said showers are encouraged, and Miss Watson, and my dad, actually, and Miss Watson recommended do not take a shower, because someone might swipe your stuff, and whatnot. Yeah, there's 2 stalls, and like 4 urinals, and I think 3 trash cans, and 2 sinks with paper towel containers. See how I remember stuff like this? And then there's like a water fountain. The water's okay, but it could be better. I mean, like, a lot of people don't drink from it, but I do. Well, I've had no problems with my body so far. I think the water's fine. But yeah, I think the water's perfect. Whatever, but... And then after we do all our warm-ups, after we do all our stretches and stuff, there's like a whole buttload. Like that. And there's like about 10 dynamic warm-ups, and you run from one side of the gym to the other side of the gym. Well, you don't run, but you do your little dynamic warm-up thingy. And then you do like 5 laps around the gym, or a couple times you did it on a little one end of the court. And there's also a class in my school called weight training, and it's separated by gender: weight training male, weight training female. Well, I have PE as my very first class each day for this semester. And there's a girls' weight training class right next to us. Just thought I'd bring that up. So we kind of have to avoid them when we're doing our stuff because we don't want to bump into them or anything. Then we go hydrate out in the gym lobby where there's a water fountain. You know, a lot of people like to sit in the wrestling mats that are all curled up out there under the trophy cases. Where there's lots and lots of gum under the trophy cases. Yuck. Okay. What else am I forgetting? Am I forgetting anything? First week wasn't really much of anything, but another thing that my school/state requires, I'll go ahead and tell you now, I live in North Carolina. Another thing my school/state requires is that we do a 2.5 mile run every 6 weeks. Because my school is divided into 6-week periods for each year. And yeah, we're required to do 2.5 miles. Every week we do a 20-minute run/walk. And girls, of course, always get it easy, so they have to do a lap less to pass. Guys got to do 6 laps to pass, girls got to do 5. And yeah, it's pretty much just how many laps you can run under 20 minutes. 9 laps for guys is 100. 8 for girls is 100. And then we've done like 3 20-minute runs so far, and 1 2.5 mile. I don't know when the next one is. And if you fail the 2.5 mile, you have to do over. The senior girl had to do over, of course, because obviously she had to redo her freshman PE class, but she made it, actually, because if you failed the do-over, that's a failed grade for the 6 weeks, but everyone passed the 2.5 mile run, so everyone's going to pass the 6 weeks, I guess. So, I applaud everybody, especially me. Yeah, but the first week, we actually did this on the second day of the 6 weeks. All we did was just walk around the track, and we only do that on days when we were supposed to run, but we had a substitute, and said, and oh my god, 12 minutes already? Okay, well, I gotta wrap up here pretty soon. Then the second week of PE, we did a 20-minute run, and I got 90 on that. And our first stretch we have to do is Watson jacks. It's just 9 jumping jacks, so we spell out her last name. We go W-A-T-S-O-N, Watson, Watson, Watson. And occasionally on the 2.5 mile run and 20-minute run, she'll give us an extra lap. So that means now guys got to do 5 laps to pass, and girls only have to do 4 because she already gave us 1. And yes, she did that on the 2.5 mile run, and that's how I was able to do it easily. Guys got to do the 2.5 miler in under 36 minutes. Girls under 38. You know, why do girls always get everything athletic like easier? I don't understand that. And if a girl was seriously wanting to protest against that, then that's pretty stupid of them. Because I would take the easy way out. Okay, I'm just a lazy guy, and I'm weak. I'm a weak guy. I'm not very strong, and yeah. Well, better wrap up here soon. 13-minute mark, I suppose. But before I go, this is like the first week I started PE, but I already explained a little bit the second week with the 20-minute run. And so I'll kind of explain that next video. But yeah, that's all it really is to PE9 episode 1. So I will see you next time in PE9 episode 1.